In this video, I'm going to be teaching you a simple but yet super effective Facebook ad strategy that you can use to help you get targeted and qualified leads, buyers, customers using Facebook ads. I'm going to show you how you can do this with different types of Facebook traffic. So stay tuned because that's coming up right now. What's going on, beautiful people? My name is Gabe Ecommerce with GabeEcommerce.com, and I am your internet marketing guide. Welcome to my channel. On my channel, I teach internet marketing as well as everything entrepreneurship. So if you are a creator or entrepreneur, a hustler, somebody who wants to learn how to make money online, sell products and services online, build a brand online, this channel is for you. So if this is your very first time on my channel, go ahead and feel free to subscribe. Also hit the notification button so that you can get notified by me whenever I'm coming out with any new videos, which I do on a weekly basis, and you're not gonna want to miss those. And welcome to a continuation of my free ultimate Facebook ads course. Now, I'm assuming you've been following along with my videos, and if that's the case, welcome back. But if you haven't and you've just stumbled upon this video, watch this video, but then go back and watch all the other videos, because in this course, I teach Facebook ads from a holistic point of view, so that whether you're a beginner, intermediate, doesn't matter where you're at, you are going to understand Facebook ads to the T. And this is information that I've learned from other gurus, courses, mentors that I've taken, and personal experience as well, because I once was a beginner and I know how it feels. And I want to be able to share the knowledge with you guys so that you can get to your goals and accomplish your goals with Facebook ads. All right, so enough talk. Let's go ahead and dive into today's lesson, which is a Facebook ad strategy where you can use different Facebook traffic to help you optimize and make ads that are very effective and work really well and getting you leads and signups and sales. What we're gonna do here first is we're gonna talk about two different types of traffic when it comes to your Facebook ads. So in the last couple of videos in this course, a couple things we've gone over is we've talked about our perfect customer, right? Because you have to know who you're targeting. If you don't know who you're targeting and you try to target everybody, you're gonna reach nobody. So we talked about that, and we also talked about how to spy on your competition, how to figure out what your competitors are doing and how to emulate them, not copy them completely. I'm not telling anyone to copy and paste here, but how you can emulate them, because success leaves clues. Figure out what your competition is doing and be able to strategically pivot yourself so that you can build your own market space and your own unique selling proposition to help you stand apart from the competition. So now we're gonna go into a little bit more of the strategy with Facebook ads, and I'm gonna do that by explaining two types of traffic to you that you're gonna come to know and love when it comes to Facebook ads. And the two types are cold traffic and warm traffic. Okay, so cold traffic is basically people that have no idea who you are. They've never seen you before, they've never interacted with you before, they haven't been on any of your websites. They're just gonna see you for the first time. Before this moment, they never even knew you existed, okay? So a lot of your Facebook ads, when you first get started, you're going to be starting off with cold traffic. Now, if you are watching this ads course and you've been running Facebook ads for a while, you may have access to what is called warm traffic. So warm traffic is people who have seen you. They have seen you. They either know who you are, or they at least kind of know that you exist because they've seen you from somewhere, whether it's your website, your blog, or they've seen a previous ad from you. Maybe they're friends and family that you know personally. Maybe they're already buyers and customers of you, but whatever they are, they fit. If they know you in some way, shape, or form, or at least can be able to recognize you somewhat, then they are warm traffic, okay? So what this Facebook ad strategy does, which I'm gonna show you and teach you, or begin to teach you here, utilizes cold and warm traffic, is what is known as retargeting. I think that's how you spell it. Hopefully that's how you spell it. And if you are not new to Facebook, you probably already know what retargeting is. But for those of you who are new and don't know what the heck retargeting is, I'm going to explain to you real quick. So retargeting is basically where you take specific advertisements that you make and re-show them to people who have seen something from you or seen a previous ad in order to get them to buy from you. And I can guarantee you, you've probably seen it happen and you've probably been a victim of this For example, have you ever been on a website and you were shopping for something random? Like, let's say you were shopping for like mugs or something like that. And then you go to a whole nother completely different website and then you see an ad of a picture with the same mug that you were looking at. And you're like, are these people following me? Like, is the government in my house? What's going on? Well, how did you know I was looking to buy this mug? That, my friend, is retargeting. And they use pixels and cookies and all that kind of stuff to be able to do that. So with retargeting for Facebook, what we're going to be using is the Facebook pixel. And I will be showing you guys how to set up your Facebook pixel. I'm also going to be explaining what the heck a Facebook pixel is, because there's so many people that don't know what the Facebook pixel is, even if they may know how to use it and set it up. And I'm going to be explaining that in a future video. So stay tuned for that, or click the links down below to find that video after this video, of course. But so retargeting is the simple Facebook ad strategy that's really going to be a game changer for you guys. And I'm going to be showing you guys how effective this is using cold and warm traffic. But there are two main reasons why retargeting is super powerful. So retargeting, once again, I hope I spelled that right. The one reason why retargeting, one benefit of retargeting, and the reason why it's so important and beneficial for you guys to learn and understand this, is because it helps you to maximize sales, right? Which is what all of us want. If you're watching this video right now, that is what you want to do. If you run an agency and you're trying to get results for your other clients, whatever it is, this is the name of the game. We want to maximize sales as much as possible. We want to spend as little as possible and make as much as we can. And retargeting helps you do that. The second thing retargeting helps you do is it helps you to shorten what is called the sales cycle. And everybody's sales cycle is different, okay? And I need you guys to understand this. Remember, with this course, I can't speak specifically on everybody's particular business model, niche, and all that kind of stuff, because there's just so many different ones out there, right? So you really have to understand the concepts that I'm teaching on and implement them to you. But what retargeting helps you do is it helps you shorten the cycle, the sales cycle of your particular product or service that you're offering. And it helps you really to basically follow up faster, in a sense, and get people to buy earlier than they would have bought if you didn't do a retargeting campaign in the first place. And if that doesn't make sense, I'm going to show you visually so that you can understand that too, because I know some people learn better audibly and some people learn better by watching me draw on the whiteboard here. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that in just a second here. So let me show you two examples of how we can use this simple Facebook ad strategy of retargeting along with different types of traffic to help you get the best results with your Facebook ads here. So the first example I'm going to do is a lead generation example. All right. So for a lead generation example, you have your opt-in page, right, where you collect someone's name and email, and then from there you go to a thank you page, and then the opt-in page leads to emails or autoresponder, right? It also leads to let's say you're doing a webinar. Whatever that is, whether you send them to emails or send them to webinars, this sends them to an order page or a sales page, right, where you're selling a particular product or service, and then to a thank you page. All right, so that's basically the general example of a lead gen marketing funnel right here. So where does the traffic come in? So when you were just getting started, you are going to want to send cold traffic. I'm going to say cold ad right here. Okay? You're going to want to send cold traffic to your opt-in page, okay? Because you may not have information already, and the way that you, if you don't have warm traffic yet, it may be because you don't have your pixel set up or you're just getting started, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. But if you're just getting started, the only option you really have is to send cold traffic. Send people that don't know who you are and never seen you before, and your goal here is to send cold traffic through this funnel and just get this funnel to work the best you possibly can. Now, as you continue to do that, and as you gather more data, and as your pixel gathers more data, then you're able to create what is called custom audiences and lookalike audiences, where or warm traffic for short, and you can retarget those particular people based off of the information you get from your cold traffic. Okay, so when you are sending cold traffic to your Facebook ad here, where does the warm traffic come in? So let's say, you remember how I told you the two biggest benefits of retargeting is, one, you're able to maximize sales, and two, you shorten the sales cycle of your particular product or service. So this is what I mean by that. Let's say, for example, you're sending cold traffic to people who've never seen you before, don't know who you are, through this opt-in page. Remember, your lead gen opt-in page is usually about 20% conversion rate, right? Remember how we talked about that in our KPIs video? If you don't know who I'm talking about, refer back to my KPIs video. I show you how to break down these numbers and understand these numbers and basically guarantee that your Facebook ads are profitable before even spending a dime. But 20% of the traffic you send to this opt-in page is actually going to become a lead and end up in your autoresponder, emails, and webinar, right? So a whole 80% of people don't do what you don't want them to do, right? They come and they see your opt-in page, they leave for whatever reason, they decide not to click or whatnot. So what you can do with this 80% here is you can create a warm traffic ad that is specific for this population of people that for whatever reason did not opt in. So remember, this 80% of people, they've seen you now, right? For some reason, they know who you are. They've seen your ad, they've seen your website, however they ended up in this thing, but they did not opt in. Okay, so for whatever reason, they didn't like the offer, or maybe they got busy, they got carried away, kids are crying, they ran off, and they just lost track of time and completely forgot. We're all human and it happens. So what the warm traffic comes in is you can now create a warm traffic ad. Your warm traffic ad could be similar to your cold traffic ad, or it could be different. It could be highlighting different benefits. It can be talking about a different pain point. But the main thing here is that they've seen you before, so you have a little bit of mind share space in their head. So when you come and you shoot them with this warm traffic ad, this 80% of people that didn't convert the first time, now a bigger percentage of them have a potential to convert as well. So you see the power of that? That is helping you drive more traffic through your sales funnel. Okay, another key place that you can run warm traffic from that can help you with the number one benefit of retargeting, remember, is to make more sales, would be right here, the sales page. Okay, and here's the reason why. Let's say, for example, you have cold traffic, they opt into your page, they get your emails, they get your webinar, they watch your webinar, they get all the way to the sales page, but then they decide not to buy. For whatever reason, they don't make it to the thank you page. They decide not to buy for whatever reason. They might have an objection, they may have just lost track of time, whatever the case may be. This is a highly qualified person, because how do we know that? They made it through this whole process. They opted in. They showed that their interest. They were getting our emails. They opened our emails. They got into our webinar. They watched the webinar, whatever, it could have been an hour, 45 minutes, whatever. They watched a long enough portion of it to be able to make it to the sales page, and then they didn't buy. This person is interested, but for some reason, they didn't buy for whatever reason. So what we can do now is we can retarget them by sending a warm traffic ad to the percentage of people here that did not buy. And with that warm traffic ad, it could be something like, we could address objections like, hey, we noticed that you watched the webinar and how to grow eggplants or something like that. Random example, sorry, it's the first thing that came to my mind. We realized you watched our webinar on how to grow eggplants, and you didn't buy our eggplant grower 3000. Here are a couple frequently asked questions that some of our clients or customers have had in the past that you might find helpful, and you can label them and give them a second chance to go to that sales page and purchase. Or you can emphasize something from the webinar, emphasize a benefit from the webinar that you talked about, and include that in your warm traffic ad. Whatever the case may be, this warm traffic ad is geared towards this population here that ended up on the sales page but didn't buy. But now that you're retargeting them, they are warm traffic. They've already known you. They're kind of used to you. They've been through this funnel. They are a higher and more qualified potential client and customer because they've kind of been through this process. So this ad right here is going to make you more sales, right? It's going to make your ad campaign in general more profitable because you are retargeting people who, for whatever reason, didn't buy or didn't opt in. So what we're basically doing here is we're kind of like plugging up the holes in our funnel. If you realize that, you see how like before this warm traffic, I talked about this here, we had this machine going, but they're little holes, right? People could fall out from not opting in. People can fall out from not buying in the sales page. So the warm traffic serves as almost a plug, so to speak, to kind of collect those people that fell through the funnel and throw them back in there to increase the chances of them buying our product or service. And how we shorten the sales cycle here is because let's say we didn't run this warm traffic ad here and we just let these people go, right? If we just let these people go, remember, they're still going to be getting our emails. So it might take them a couple weeks, couple months before they finally come around. Maybe they watch the webinar a second time or something like that, and then they finally buy. So, this could be weeks or months down the line. Whereas we can take control, we can take reins, and instead of leaving it up to luck or leaving it up to chance or just waiting until they find the time to buy, we can just go ahead and make their life easier and just retarget them right then and there. They won't even know it's coming. And when we do that, we get back into their forefront of their mind. They remember, oh yeah, I did watch that webinar. Maybe they did want to buy, but for whatever reason, they just didn't at the time. They went to go get their credit card and something happened and they just, life happens, right? They remember, oh yeah, I remember watching that webinar. I did want to buy, and then they buy that product now. So you just made a sale and you didn't have to wait through this process organically. You basically were able to run a warm traffic ad to the hole within the funnel and kind of squeeze the sale out. So that's what I mean by making the sales cycle shorter or making it faster, right? So you see the power of this simple strategy. Now, for those of you that have worn Facebook ads before, you probably already get this concept, but for those of you who haven't, or maybe it hasn't been explained to you like this is the power of retargeting. And this can be done in any business model. So I'm gonna give you a second example here real quick, going over an e-commerce model. Okay. So e-commerce model is really simple here, right? You have your product page where you're selling your product, okay? And then you have your ad. So you have your cold traffic, right? Your cold ad, right, is what you're gonna start with. And you're sending them directly to your product page, and then hopefully they go to your thank you page after you make a sale, right? Now, this is where everybody's going to start with regardless. Now, if you already have data, if you've already been running ads, you may have a warm traffic already, and you can also run warm ads to them as well. Right? But if you're just getting started and you don't have this data yet, meaning you haven't set up your Facebook pixel, you don't have data or traffic from your website, your blog, other campaigns that you can create lookalike and customize audiences for. And if you don't know what I'm saying right now, just give me a wait, because in a couple videos I'm going to explain all of this here. Then you can go ahead and start running warm traffic. But if you don't have that stuff already, you're just running cold traffic. So, but remember, our numbers here are with our product page, or this is also our sales page, right? For e-commerce, it's going to be like 1%, right? That's kind of on the low end. So 1% of the cold traffic that we send to this product page is going to buy, right? Meaning there's a whole 99% of people who saw our product for whatever reason they didn't buy, right? So just like in the early example, what we can do is we can create a warm ad, right? Focused on this warm traffic now, because they're warm traffic. They were cold here, but once they saw the product, once they were kind of familiar with who we are, they became warm, but they didn't do what we wanted them to do. So we can run a retargeting campaign targeting these people. we can send them back to the sales page and be like, hey, you forgot to buy, which is the example I was giving you guys earlier about the mug that you forgot to buy. That's exactly what's going on here. They saw that you got to a product page, you didn't buy, so they retargeted you with a warm ad because you were part of the 99% who didn't buy, and we want to speed up the cycle of you buying. So a percentage of this 99% that didn't buy originally is now gonna buy because you either reminded them or they just needed to see it a couple more times before they buy, because on average, people need to see things like 9 to 20 times, in order to make a buying decision. So that's kind of what you're doing there. So just like in our last example, that's a hole that we're kind of plugging into our funnel. Another hole that we can plug in, I'm just gonna kind of, edit this here, is let's say, from the product page, you have your cart or your checkout page, right? Where you add things to the cart. And then you have the sale, right, where you make money. Now, you could have cold traffic go to the product page, right? And then they see the product, they like the product, they add it to the cart, but then they don't buy. And how many of us have done that, right? We probably have, I know people that will have 20 things at a cart at one time. And, because people like to mull over it and they don't like to buy immediately, or maybe they put it in the cart just to reserve it. They want to sleep on it, come back later, whatever reason for it being, you add to the cart and then for some reason they didn't buy. So this is another hole in our funnel. What we can do is we can take a warm traffic ad and we can retarget the people that added something to the cart, right? So then now the people that added something to the cart, let's say, 1% of people bought the first time. Let's say 5% of people add something to the cart. That 5% we can now retarget and say, hey, you forgot something in the cart. Or, hey, did you still want to order that dress or whatever you're, advertising, right? And they're like, oh yeah, I did want to buy that, right? And you make a sale. So we sped up that process, whereas instead of leaving it up to chance where they leave it in their cart and then maybe they decide to buy later and maybe not, we're kind of cutting through all of that. And by using a warm ad, we are retargeting them so that we can get them to buy and make that buying decision quicker, okay? So you see here that we can send warm traffic to the product page, we can send it to the cart, we can send warm traffic, to the people who just saw the product but didn't buy. This is all retargeting. You're not going to be able to do this whole retargeting thing until you have enough data built on your Facebook pixel. And the way that you do that is with starting off with cold traffic, okay? So you need your Facebook pixel to kind of build up data to be able to do this yet. So if you're just getting started, all you're gonna do is focus on cold traffic. Focus on figuring out, and what's your cold traffic? Your perfect ideal customer, which we talked about in our last previous videos, right? Whatever your perfect ideal customer is, that's who you're targeting. That's who you want to be showing your ad to. And ideally, if you're getting your perfect ideal customer through this funnel, then you're gonna be getting sales and getting signups and all that kind of stuff. But like any type of marketing, some people fall through. That's where you can double back with the retargeting with your warm traffic, and you can plug those holes within your funnel and get those people that didn't buy the first time or the second time or the third time to eventually buy, helping you be more profitable on your Facebook ads, guys. So I hope you guys see the power of that, guys. That's really all I'm gonna cover in this video. It's this simple strategy that's really gonna help you be more successful in your Facebook ads. And it's really just taking and understanding the two concepts of cold traffic and warm traffic, the difference between the two, and how you can use that to your benefit to make more sales and to make sales faster, because you're shortening the sales cycle just by incorporating warm ads into your marketing. I hope you guys got value from this video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. Give this video a like, share this video. And last but not least, if you'd like to download my Facebook ads copy checklist, where I go over 10 copy secrets to help you write effective ads, you can do that by downloading it for free in the link down below in the description. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you're following along with the course, you can go on to the next lesson. And if not, I will catch you guys on the next video.